Hey there, it's Tracy with Record Fuel out here at a record show at Gotwhatyoulike Records here in Grandview, Missouri. Kind of hosted by them along with Brothers Music Records. Got a lot of vendors out here, of course, as that is, and I was able to pick up a I'd never seen it before, but wanted to pick it up when I got it. Made a great deal on it. It is a 10th anniversary limited edition Elvis Costello and the Imposters, the Delivery Man. It's on clear vinyl, never opened. So I'm gonna flip it around here and let you see that. But yeah, I got a great find here out at this swap and record show. So we went to the record show at Gotwhatyoulike Records. They hosted it, and I think Brothers Music was there also, along with them. Wasn't sure what to expect. I'd really never been to a record show like this before. I've been to swap meets and, just lots of record stores in general, but never been where there'd been a bunch of vendors or collectors that had came and put out their stuff. I was expecting there probably to be a tent in the parking lot. Actually, it wound up being kind of a sidewalk sale, which makes sense because A, it was raining, but also the cost of renting a tent. And, I'd rather have a cheap record than I would pay for a tent, and have that with the prices of the records. But there was a lot of people there. Got there early, about 9:30. It opened at 9. And there was a lot of people, a lot of vendors. The DJ was there, spinning some music, which was cool. Again, it was at Gotwhatyoulike Records. Their store was open. I got to meet the guys from Groove Washer. They were there, a local Kansas City company, just like 5 minutes away from where I live here in Kansas City. So that was really cool to get to meet those guys and talk with them for a little bit about their product of cleaning records, which I use. It's a great product, and it's cool to see them here being local in Kansas City. But I was able to get one album that I'd never really seen before, in person at least. I've heard of it, but hadn't seen it, and which is Elvis Costello and the Imposters, The Delivery Man. Really haven't heard anything off of this album. This is a 10th anniversary pressing off of it from, the label was Lost Highway Records, and they produced repressed some albums and stuff. So I'm going to open it. I haven't listened to it yet. I can tell you that I like to try to keep the hype stickers on them, so on this one I'm just going to open the edge here. I usually use a box knife to try to make sure that I don't, I can get a nice clean cut, but I try not to cut the sleeve on the inside. So we do that, we get that out. This is supposed to be on clear vinyl, so we're going to see what it is on that. Again, I haven't heard anything off of this before, and I can just say that I love Elvis Costello. He's coming back to town here in August in Kansas City, so I'm going to go see him, I think. Again, I've seen him multiple times. It's always great, and I love his music. I've got multiple albums of his, but I wanted to go ahead and open this up and show you. This is obviously 10th anniversary is what it looks at. Lost Highways has a bunch of their other pressings, it looks like, on the back. Johnny Cash, Ryan Adams, Lucinda Williams, Drive-By Truckers, a bunch of different ones that are on here. Shows this is the 10th anniversary of that. Okay, so let's look at it. We'll pull it out. This is kind of cool. The graphics on that are really neat. Side 1, side 2. Let's see what this is. So again, it's on clear. And that's just what it is. Clear. Very nice and cool label there, if you look at it. That's the sound waves coming off of it. That's very cool, like that. I'll wind up putting it in, a better sleeve to hold the album. I always like to put them in there. Hate it when these come out like this, and they are, again, side 3. It's cool that it has all the lyrics and the names of the albums on it. That's very cool graphics for that, for on this packaging. Very neat. Again, and it looks like it is same thing, clear, which is really cool to have that. It looked clear cool on the turntable. Again, record show hosted by Gotwhatyoulike Records. Gonna have another one. I think 4-state record show is one coming up at the end of July. It is in Carthage, Missouri, and we're gonna try and go to it. A couple hours away drive, so we'll road trip on that. And I think it is hosted by Dig It Record Barn. It sounds like it's a barn that had been converted into a record store in close to Joplin, outside of Carthage, I think is where it is. They're hosting it. So we're going to go check that out also probably. So that'll be towards the end of this next month in July. We'll take a look at it. But very cool to get this album. Nice, fun time. They said that they were going to plan another one in August, and we'd probably go to that one also. They didn't have any specifics on it yet, but again, it was a nice, fun day talking to record collectors and picking up a cool album. Thank you. It's Tracy with Record Fuel. So we've got our brand new subscription to Hulu TV because YouTube TV does not carry A&E. We're getting ready to watch the Kisstory. That is a 2-part documentary. It's 4 hours long. We're going to tune in and check it out and see what it is. If you don't know by now, I'm a huge Kiss fan. This is the album that started it for me as a kid. This was the very first album I bought with my own money. Double album, Kiss Alive. Of course, it's got the ring wear on it. It's got the side seam splits and all that. I wouldn't give this album up for anything. First album in my collection ever, and it stayed with me all these years. So we're going to go ahead and watch the Kisstory documentary and see how it unfolds up to the tour that is going on. We saw them in Kansas City here on the last part of the tour before the pandemic. The last tour for Kiss, at least that's what they say. So again, we're going to tune in and watch Kisstory. So night one of Kisstory on A&E wrapped up, and getting ready for night 2 tonight. And wanted to just kind of check in and say that it didn't really tell me a whole lot that I didn't already know, being a big Kiss fan. The one thing that I did like, though, was acknowledged was Gene Simmons acknowledged that he's pretty much an egomaniac, which obviously has driven him to be very successful. But I thought that that was pretty telling and honest and true to his character, and I like that he at least in this documentary it brought that to light. Be interesting to see what the second half brings, but again, it didn't tell me a whole lot, being a Kiss fan that I didn't really already know. But it is cool to see all the old footage and some of the behind the scenes and just some of the stories that Gene and Paul are telling now. The first tour that I saw Kiss on was on the Dynasty, which they touched on disco a little bit, which this album has their big hit, I Was Made for Loving You. They consider it a disco hit. I consider it a fast pop ballad, so it's still one of my favorite songs ever by Kiss, and great album cover. I just, all the faces on there again is terrific. So going to tune in tonight, catch episode 2 of Kisstory. Hello. So we finished up watching the Kisstory documentary on A&E. It was entertaining. I think it was a 4-hour, 2-part documentary that, if you took all the commercials out, was maybe 3 hours. If you were to watch it from start to finish, no commercials in one setting, I think it'd be really entertaining. I think it'd go by really fast, and I think for whether it was a Kiss fan like myself that really loves the band, or somebody that's a casual fan, I think they would tune in and just sit there and watch it, and it would be really entertaining and informational. It didn't give me a lot of things that I didn't really already know. but it was cool. It was neat to see all the footage and the interaction, and there were a few things that I didn't really know. It was nice. It was cool. It's going to be interesting to see what happens after this last tour and what surprises they have in store, because there's going to be something that's going to be really big. They've had to have been planning something that's crazy that you won't ever think about. I mean, the speculation is that they'll wind up coming back with 4 new members, or maybe Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer will continue with the band, and they'll bring on new personnel to impersonate Gene and Paul, possibly. But it'll be interesting to see what it is. I kind of, after seeing this, I'm like, I wish they were coming back to Kansas City one more time so I could see them, but don't think that's going to happen. I probably wouldn't travel to go see them. But again, it was a really cool documentary. I was glad that I watched it. So that's the Spin Around here with Tracy. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.
Rock Area was a hit for which band in 1976? Was it A, Led Zeppelin, B, Queen, C, Electric Light Orchestra, or D, Journey?
ELO, Electric Light Orchestra.
Correct.
All right.